Hello everyone. In today's topic, we will discuss about staying healthy in body and soul, a spiritual path toward wholeness in an aging world. In the quiet unfolding of life, as we age and face the changes in our body and mind, the question of health becomes more than just physical. It becomes a spiritual inquiry, a return to the essence of what it means to live well, to be whole, to thrive in both body and soul. Health is not merely the absence of the disease, it is the harmony between body, mind, and spirit. It is the waking up in the morning with gratitude, moving through the day with presence, and resting at night in peace. In the world where modern medicine focuses heavily on treating symptoms, we must return to an ancient truth: true health begins within. It begins by understanding why we fall ill, not just physical but spiritually. Why do we get sick? Sickness is part of the human condition. It is not only caused by germs or genetics. Illness is also the body's way of communicating that something deeper is out of balance. Many spiritual traditions believe that physical illness often stems from unresolved emotional wounds, chronic stress, or a disconnection from our true self and from God. In Proverbs 17:22, we read, quote, "A cheerful heart is a good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones." End quote. This simple verse reveals a profound truth. The state of our spirit directly affects our health. Many people carry unhealed grief, bitterness, anxiety, or fear for years, sometimes decades. These emotions, when suppressed, lodge themselves in the body. They manifest as chronic tension, fatigue, high blood pressure, inflammation, or even disease. The body becomes the stage upon which the soul's unspoken struggles are performed. Moreover, the modern world compounds this inner imbalance. We live in the constant state of overstimulation: screens, noise, deadlines, artificial light, and processed foods. We move too fast, rest too little, and rarely pause to breathe deeply. Our ancestors lived close to the land, to silence, and to natural cycles. But today we are strangers to nature and consequently strangers to ourselves. And so we get sick, not just from bacteria, but from inner chaos we carry, not only from age, but from the burdens that we never lay down. The body, temple of the soul. To be healthy, we must first revere the body as a sacred dwelling place. 1 Corinthians 6:19 says, quote, "Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit who is in you?" End quote. This is not a metaphor, it is the instruction. The body is not a machine to be used, abused, or discarded. It is the holy temple, and just as we would clean and care for a sacred space, we must tend to our bodies with respect and gentleness. Exercise, proper nutrition, sleep, hydration. These are not simply healthy practices, they are spiritual disciplines. When you move your body with care, you honor the divine breath within you. When you eat clean foods from the earth, you align with God's natural provision. When you rest, you participate in Sabbath, stepping back to allow grace to work. Neglecting your body eventually leads to spiritual fatigue. It becomes harder to pray, to be present, to love well. When your body is burdened and sick, health is not vanity, it is stewardship. The sole source of the true vitality. Why the body is important. It is the soul that gives it meaning. Many people eat the right food, take supplements, go to gym, and still feel lost, anxious, and broken. This is because spiritual malnourishment cannot be cured with physical means. The soul requires nourishment just as the body does. It needs prayer, beauty, connection, silence, truth, and love. Without this, we grow spiritually starved. We might live long lives, but not deep ones. Jesus said in Matthew 4:4, quote, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God." End quote. This is the food of the soul: wisdom, compassion, surrender, faith. Many people begin to truly awaken in the second half of life as the body ages and external ambition fade. The soul steps forward. We begin to ask what truly matters. Who am I beneath all the roles I play? What is my relationship to God, to the universe, to eternity? These questions are not depressing, they are the beginning of spiritual health. Healing through forgiveness and release. One of the most potent medicines for both body and soul is forgiveness. Unforgiveness is like poison in the bloodstream. It eats away at joy, drains energy, and keeps the nervous system in a constant state of tension. Many people carry wounds from childhood, broken relationships, betrayals, or disappointments, and as the body ages, these wounds can harden into bitterness, isolation, and illness. Forgiveness is not saying that what happened was okay. It is simply the decision to stop carrying it, to release the weight, to let God be the judge. And in doing so, we free ourselves. Jesus taught, quote, "Forgive 70 times, 7 times." End quote. Why? Because healing is not a one-time act. It is the process. Every time we forgive, we unshackle ourselves. We open space in our soul for joy, creativity, and health to return. Spiritual healing often begins the moment we stop clinging to pain and start trusting the process of divine restoration. Aging with grace in today's world, in a culture that worships youth and fears aging, growing old has become taboo. Wrinkles are erased, gray hairs are dyed. Elders are often pushed aside as irrelevant. But in God's eyes, age is not a curse, it's a crown. Proverbs 16:31 says, quote, "Gray hair is a crown of splendor. It is attained in the way of righteousness." End quote. As we grow older, we are invited to a new kind of health, not the vigorous strength of youth, but a deep wisdom of maturity. This is the time to slow down, to reflect, to live with intention. Health in later life means accepting our limits while expanding our hearts. Staying healthy in this season means more than preventing disease. It means embracing purpose. A soul with purpose remains young, no matter the body's age. It is not the number of candles on your birthday cake that defines you. It is the light you carry within. Volunteer, mentor, garden, paint, pray, laugh. These acts are not hobbies, they are medicine. They keep the soul fresh and the body engaged. In Isaiah 40:31, we read, quote, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles." End quote. This strength is not physical alone, it is a spiritual vitality. Spiritual disciplines that sustain health, prayer and meditation, regular communion with God settles the mind, lowers stress hormones, and increases the sense of peace. The act of praying, even in silence, realize your inner compass. Gratitude. Practicing daily gratitude rewires the brain and lifts the immune system. Thanking God for small blessings changes your entire chemistry. It shifts focus of lack to abundance. Sabbath rest. Taking one day a week to disconnect from productivity and simply be, to rest, to worship, to be with loved ones is not a luxury, it is a commandment and one that heals deeply. Fasting or simplicity, voluntary simplicity, eating light, living with less, detaching excess, can renew both body and soul. It brings clarity, humility, and joy. Loving community. Loneliness is one of the greatest contributors to illness. We are designed for connection. Healing happens best in relationship. Share your life. Listen deeply. Forgive often. Walking in nature. God's creation is filled with healing. Walk among trees. Breathe deeply. Feel the sunlight. Psalm 23 reminds us that the Lord, quote, "makes me lie down in the green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul." End quote. Health as a daily surrender. To be healthy is not to be perfect. It is to live in the posture of surrender, in God's timing, to the wisdom of the body and to the mystery of life. Sometimes illness still comes, despite all we do, but in those moments, in the spiritual question is not why me, but what now? Even in sickness there can be grace. Suffering, though never desired, often brings the soul closer to what is real. Paul writes in 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9, quote, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." True health is not found in youth or strength, but in the soul's ability to remain open, faithful, and loving through all seasons. The integration of body and soul. We are not body with soul, we are soul with bodies. And to stay healthy as we grow old in today's world, we must care for both with equal reverence. Eat whole foods, drink clean water, stretch, breathe deeply, laugh, but also pray, forgive, rest, trust, love. Let your body be a temple, your soul is a sanctuary. Let your life be a garden where both can flourish. And when your final season comes, may it find you home, not because you never got sick, but because you learned to live well, with grace, with depth, with peace. That is health, that is healing, that is the divine gift of being fully, beautifully human. Thank you so much. Don't forget to click subscribe.